Let's do some coding. Why not? What up, gang? Chat is disabled for this live stream. What have I done? I don't think chat is disabled. Hello. It may possibly be disabled. Hold that thought. All right, we do a whole thing. Sure looks like chat is enabled. I wonder if I have the wrong thing displaying on here. Let's see. I think I do. Okay, well, we can fix that. Hey, look at that. Okay, sweet. Remember to guard my privacy and abide by community guidelines. Truly, nothing would make me happier. All right. Let me do a little bit of zoom in here and talk through what I'm up to. So just starting, I've got some time this afternoon, and I am in the middle of it. So I'm working on some maintenance stuff for my own site. I was just setting up like a very basic playwright test to make sure that the various like important pages on my site are rendering when I deploy new changes. Haven't even opened a pull request for it yet, but we'll get into that next, I suppose. Let's see. Let me make sure I'm not checking anything important into. Yes, that's fine. Okay. Cool. So this is just a playwright test. I wrote a very basic smoke test based on a super interesting YouTube video I saw from, what's his name? From YouTuber Web Dev Simplified. Did a tutorial on, here it is. It's called How This Test Saved our good old buddy Kent's life. It's a very, very simple smoke test. It looks exactly like what you're seeing right here. Just testing that a page exists, and that's what I've set up for a variety of tests here. So, for a variety of pages. Check my homepage, newsletter page, podcast page, and tags pages. And I should make sure that that is true. And so, sure, set up smoke tests. That's all I'm doing here. I've of late been using, let's rename this branch to smoke tests. Publish it, and whoa, pull from origin main. Now publish it. What does that mean? Oh, I don't have the workflow scope because I changed some GitHub workflow files. So I'm going to use GitHub Desktop to push this. Bear with me. That's so interesting. Okay. Sorry, working on my second monitor here for a minute. Okay, here we go. Set up smoke tests. And let's see if this works. So I did two things in here. I got rid of a CI file, auto approve, which is from early days of Dependabot, where you could set up an auto approve workflow with GitHub CI to automatically approve Dependabot pull requests. It's no longer needed. That's like tech debt that's been there for a long time. And then I went and cribbed a bunch actually from Ken himself from his blog about building and linting my site. I actually think I may end up simplifying this dramatically to just this playwright.yml. I'm kind of curious to see what's running on this branch right now. Holy moly. Okay, let's see what happens here. Determine deployable changes. Love it. I don't really know the map of these things. I'm kind of interested in it. I guess there's... Huh. Okay, we might actually keep this simple. Yes, thank you. We might keep it simple for now and just push this playwright file and not worry about ESLint and stuff like that. Because this doesn't seem to be working. But let's see what actually passes. Like code QL will work, and we'll see what passes here. Otherwise, in the meantime, I guess maybe I'll make some chatter about myself streaming here too. On Threads, I've given up on Twitter, as I probably say every time I come online. All right, put that out into the world. Newies. All right. Oh, playwright didn't pass. Let's see what happened there. Failed to load next.config.mjs. Valid environment variables. Aha. So I need to set up secrets for GitHub CI, which I should definitely do, not on my primary monitor. So while I do these things, how are you doing? Let's talk about your life. Hold up, let me switch to my goofy secret stuff lineup here. Yeah. I just need to load a couple of environment variables into my CI environment so that it doesn't freak out. Environment secrets. So weird. Okay. Just dropping a bunch of stuff into place here. I have about 7 of these to do. Should take me a couple of minutes here. Just wrote copy and paste nonsense. There are better ways to do this, but I have to do it so infrequently that I never really lose sleep about a better way to do it. Know what I mean? Oops. Actually, because this is open source, I can kind of enumerate all the secrets that I'm copying over. In other words, I can tell you what I'm copying over, but I can't tell you the values of them. But I have variable or environment variables for PostHog, for resend, which I use for sending emails, for Transistor, which I use for their podcast API, and a couple others. Cloudinary for image delivery. My analytics provider is Fathom, and then I set a couple of values for just like site URL and stuff like that. But I believe I've set all of those values in here. And now, is that anything? So I set it up. Let's bust open GitHub again, and you should be able to see this part. I can zoom in here because I'm sure it's a little small. Smoke tests. We'll go over to checks and go to the failed one. Build and lint. Fine. Code QL. Did this work? Oh, I have to update my actions. Wow, look at that. Okay. Playwright tests. Playwright did fail. So let's rerun. Failed jobs. Yes, please. We'll keep an eye on this. Setting up workflows in GitHub Actions is one of my least favorite things because it's such a clunky process, and usually I get it working and then I just never touch it again. And we're squarely in that land right now. It's like I just need to get this working for the first time, and then I will not touch it for years if I can help it. Theoretically, that should be the idea too, to be fair. Okay. Looks like we're setting up a container of some sort to run this thing in. Configuring packages on Ubuntu. Love it. Some downloading Chrome, setting up Chrome and Firefox and FFmpeg, WebKit. Probably should configure this to not use all of those. Then it's running tests, and I don't think this is going to work. Yeah, okay. And this is because I need to put these guys into the environment here, which would be done on here. Actually, I think let's try it with Copilot. environment variable from secrets before running jobs. Let's see what it does. Perfect. Okay. I need to put that line in 3 places here. Fathom ID. I think that's all there is to it. So this is saying load up these environment variables from the secrets on GitHub, which I think will be good here. Add secrets, add env from GitHub secrets. And if I've correctly set up those environment variables, the next time this Bobby runs, we should be a little better off. Ah, my God. Okay. Also, we're going to get rid of this one because it's far too complicated and definitely not configured correctly at the moment. So let's do that. Let's upgrade code QL to, let's see, upgrade these. Let's see if it's smart enough to do this. Made changes. Let's see what changes I made. Any changes? I don't know that this actually made any changes. Okay. Well, we can do that part with Dependabot. Let's open up GitHub Desktop to push once again. Oops. Okay. And push our latest here. Ooh, there we go. It's running again. So there should be less now. This will take a minute. Let's look at CodeQL, see if this is complaining. Init at v2. I need to update init at v2. Nope, that didn't work. I think this is just a matter of changing this to v3, which we can do. Let's v3 all of these, who knows? That seems to be working. Let's look at Playwright, see how this is faring. No, sir. String must contain at least one character. Okay, so we're loading them if they have nothing in them, which means I got the GitHub config wrong for that. Give us a minute. We're going to switch over to my incognito view and fix those things. Environment. Okay, I'm gonna go delete a bunch of stuff here. My phone to verify. Okay. Just a few more to set up here, bear with me. Okay, I think we got it now. So I'm going to re-kick off this PR failed test on the check for Playwright. There is a cat laying on my keyboard. Rerun my failed jobs, and we can watch those together, certainly. Just out of frame is my cat chilling. She wants to be pet. This is a feature of Arc browser. If you haven't seen it before, it'll create a folder of pinned tabs for me for all my open pull requests, which is a really handy thing to have. Okay, let's see how we're doing this time. So this command may be silent for a while because it's building the next site in the background. Then it's going to write a small amount of playwright tests, which are those smoke tests I wrote to make sure pages exist. Hey, it looks like it worked. Okay, sick. So these tests should pass. And we can merge this little pull request. Oh, are you kidding? It failed waiting for the site to build. Okay. That's so obnoxious. This is what I hate. I'm so deeply in hate with this. So in my playwright config, I have a thing set up to time out after a certain amount of time, which would be up here. I reckon. There's a timeout in here. Let's see, I must just need to add that then. Can I do a timeout for this? $60 times 10, whatever. Is that right? Milliseconds. Okay, let's try that. Back up to GitHub we go. This is, by the way, definitely what a typical GitHub Actions pull request looks like for me. Didn't work. Figure it out on your own. Find it very unsatisfying for whatever it's worth. But let's see how they go this time. give a little more detail on what would be ideal here, would be something along the lines of building the next site once in CI, stashing all of that away in some kind of cache, and then running a bunch of tests on that built site. So doing these smoke tests, running ESLint, running integration tests, running, I guess TypeScript check and ESLint and all that stuff would happen before build, but doing all of those things so that the build happens only once. And an annoying thing about the current state I have things set up with Vercel is that it'll now build here and on Vercel, and I would love to just push compiled stuff up to Vercel, but project for another day. Okay, that's good. That looked like it passed. Running playwright tests. Yeah, good. And there should be a workflow file here. No, I think playwright makes an output for me somewhere. Upload artifact. There we go. Blank smoke tests. Cool. No worries there. Let's see what the other thing did. All right. CodeQL passed then. So this one is CodeQL at v2, but we want to look at checks in CodeQL. I swear I did that. Actions checkout at v2. Let's make sure I don't have that anywhere in here. Oh no. Okay. Fine. One more. And I gotta do this from GitHub desktop. We'll call this checkout v3. And push. And one more little test. We should be good to merge this. And to be honest with you, I don't really want this to be called playwright tests. Oh, did I not save that? Cool. Yeah, call this. Let's give this an emoji too, just to be fun. What screams end-to-end testing here? Maybe an animal. A peacock, into it. Ship it. These are very long names. CodeQL analyze. Love it. But in all honesty, I'm just going to discard that change because I just want this to work and I want to move on to what's next. Hey, all right, let's give this a quick glance over to make sure all the changes I made are good ones. Auto approve no longer needed. CodeQL updated. Playwright test set up for the first time. Git ignore. Updated to include playwright stuff. That's great. Package.json. We added a playwright test command, added some dependencies, updated some, put in a super basic test with only desktop Chrome, undo. And lovely. Okay, I think we're good to go here. Let's merge it. Then immediately go crack out a new branch from main. And we're going to do maintenance dips. Dip updates, we'll call it. Zoom in here a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, I got some work to do here to upgrade some dependencies. This is a thing I'm aware of. We're going to go grab the easy ones first, because there's some stuff in here that is less than easy. That was giving me trouble. I think this might be one of them. Most of these are fairly simple changes. But ESLint, that should be okay. That was just about everything. That's actually kind of nice. We'll do turbo div. Ooh, what's this? Oh, I can update turbo. That's interesting. Okay, we might do that. Make sure that the old site is still loading. Yar, she is. Give it a quick test. One of my insane recent articles. Lovely. Okay, this is a funny thing that I've started seeing in a few projects, which appears to be coming from MDX creating a bug. That's okay. So we're going to commit this as, oops. Actually, let's see what the old update. Yeah, okay. Great. And we'll just run it again. Oops, not that. So a couple of things. Let's do lint. So I'm going to update lint, ESLint, config, JS. There's a whole bunch of changes. Oops. Okay. So let's undo that commit and take a look at what we changed in ESLint here. We'll go look at the change log there for ESLint. Hit me with that repo though. So we're going from 8 to 9. So let's get the version 9 upgrade. Breaking changes. My God. ESLint.config.js is now the default. Okay. Configuration migration guide. Love that. We got some work to do here. Okay, it looks like I have to have this sort of a thing going on here. So it's going to take me a minute. Actually, let's see if Copilot can help here. Copilot. That's Copilot. Can you convert this to eslint.config.js format for version 9? I think it's called a flat. It's on Copilot. What's happening? I've been using Pieces recently, but I was unable to run it while I was streaming. It's just a little too much for my few years old Mac here to handle. I'd love to, GitHub Copilot. Where you at, my dude? Show Copilot. Come on, man. Did that work? I don't really know if that worked. Okay, I'm gonna stand my desk up here because I can't sit no more. So let's read this a little more closely. Okay. That's kind of cool. Okay. So. We want import, not const. Okay, import core web vitals from great. From next. Actually, it might be time for me to stop streaming because I am in pain. So I'm going to stop it here. Got a pull request merge. Good work, everyone.